Hi everybody, Reese Counts with Autoblog. We're back live, and we've got a nice little car for you. It's a 2019 Cadillac ATS-v Coupe with a manual transmission. I know we haven't done this in a while, so I'll repeat the spiel. If you guys have any questions about the car, let us know. We're going to try to be doing more of these. Michael and I, who of course is behind the camera, have both been busy as of late, but we're going to get back on this. So if there's anything you guys want to see, leave in the comments. If you guys like this sort of stuff, let us know. We like doing it, so it's good to know if you guys like it too. But on to the car. So this is the ATS-v. It's, of course, the Florence version of the ATS. Twin turbo 3.6 liter V6, making 364 horsepower, 445 pound-feet of torque. Power goes to the rear wheels through a sweet 6-speed manual. So this is basically a Camaro and a nice Cadillac body with a twin turbo engine in place of the V8. It means it drives and handles really, really well. We can of course get into that when we get the car. Stock pricing. So the ATS-v Coupe starts about $68,000. This has got quite a few options, bringing it to about $79,000. The wheels are extra, the carbon fiber is extra. There's a carbon fiber engine cover in here that is like $1,300 alone, which I think is a little much for my taste. I'd rather spend the money elsewhere, but that's the fun with these cars. There's a lot of customization. I really dig this blue paint. I dig the black interior. I dig the black and blue combination, especially without the chrome. But let's fire it up and go for a ride. Okay. Sounds pretty good. V6s aren't always the best sounding engines, but this one sounds pretty great. Now it's going to beep until Michael gets his seatbelt on.
Door ajar.
I'll take this while he handles this. So here's the instrument cluster. Honestly, it's nothing special. I think the interiors are probably the worst part about this car. But we do have a heads-up display. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. It's a little hard to see, but it's great. But this is what we really want. It's the 6-speed manual transmission. Throws are a little long for my taste, and but it still feels pretty slick. Gearing's right, the pedal placement's right. I mean, this is stuff GM and Chevy and Cadillac all get right. Like I said, this is basically a Camaro underneath. So all the hard points are still very, very sporty. We've got these Recaro seats, which, Michael, what do you think of these?
These actually aren't as snug as the general Recaros I'm used to sitting in.
A little more relaxed fit?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be interested to know if there are different levels of.
There probably are.
Yeah.
This one is. These are, I think, like a $1,800 or $2,100 option.
Okay.
So this is a significant portion of the cost.
Right.
Let's talk about the rest of the interior. We've got actual real carbon fiber on here. We've got Alcantara leather. There's a lot going on. We've got more over there. We've got some chrome. We've got some more leather down there. We've got the piano black.
Look at all those fingerprints.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. So Q is still its own thing, and then we've got these touch capacitive buttons. Do you want your heated seat?
Oh, I do.
You do?
I'm in.
So look, I'm not pressing a button. It's fine. Touch capacitive. It's just annoying because the problem is you can't get everything by feel. You actually have to take your eyes off the road, which is not great. But so there's cool stuff like this.
Whoa.
Hidden pack. There's wireless charging under there, so you can stick your phone. It'll work with my new LG. Yeah, it looks like it's turned on. It's a neat little display back there. There's not much other storage space. Like, this is kind of useless for, like...
Maybe a pack of gum or some mints or something. Yeah.
12 volt. There's a...
USB.
2 USB in here. And
is that an aux?
Yeah, auxiliary. There's just not a lot of storage space.
I think we should drive it.
Yeah, I think I need to shut up.
So the sound is pretty early.
Yeah, it's a pretty beefy engine. There's different sport modes, but I don't think they do much to the exhaust. I don't know if this has got active exhaust or not. It doesn't really sound like it. I've got it in sport. There's tour, sport, track, and then like snow and ice. Hopefully we won't have to use the last one while we've still got it.
And what do we got under the hood again?
So we have a twin turbo 3.6 liter V6, 464 horsepower, 445 pound-feet of torque. I guess he's not turning.
Nope.
Yeah, and of course, 6-speed manual transmission.
0 to 60? Yeah?
0 to 60 in low 4-second range. It's not like lightning quick, and you have to, if you're really taking off, if you're really trying to do hard acceleration, you've still got rear wheel drive. This has got really good tires. They're Michelin Pilot Sports, but you still have to manage traction. It's not like the Audi RS4 or the C63. Yeah, I don't know if you guys could hear that, but the traction control was definitely kicking on. That said, it kept it pretty straight.
Right. Jolted a bit, but
I really like driving this thing. Man, everything, the interior is my biggest complaint about this car. There's just a lot going on, but I love the exterior styling. I like the interior styling. It's just too busy. But the driving's, the steering is excellent. The way the chassis feels planted, the driving position, it's really easy to heel toe. The pedals all feel really great.
Traction control is automatic, or you can turn it off?
You can defeat it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it on public roads. I do not encourage people to turn off traction control is one thing. Stability control on public roads, I think it's a little. You should never be going fast enough on a public road.
That you're gonna.
Yeah, you're really pushing it. Save that stuff for autocross or track days. But that said, it is defeatable. Let's see. Traction control button is. Oh, yeah, right here on the steering wheel, which is super convenient. If you guys see it there.
So what are we looking at for competitors?
This is one of my favorite classic cars. If I was buying this, I'd probably get the sedan. I just want the practicality of 4 doors. The Coupe looks really, really excellent. So we're talking BMW M3, M4. We're talking Mercedes AMG C63. We're talking Audi RS4. I don't think there's really anything else in the class. Lexus doesn't make anything. I mean, the GSF is a little bit bigger. They don't make an ISF anymore. But the old ISF is right here with this. It's like the 3 Series fighter. It's like everything in that class. So, yeah, it's one of my, like I said, it's one of my favorite competitive segments. You get inline 6, V6, V8s, turbocharged, supercharged. Yeah, there's just a lot of really good stuff. I like the size of these cars. They all feel really sharp, really nimble. Cars are getting bigger nowadays, and this is still one of the so we're talking mid 3,000 pound range, but it all feels really nice.
And then what are we looking at for this price again? I know we have some options on here.
So this starts about $68,000. So $68,000. This has got about $11,000 worth of options. These Recaro seats, the carbon fiber exterior package, the wheels. There's a carbon fiber engine cover. That's its own thing. There's like a technology package. There's a like safety package with like adaptive cruise control and. Actually, I don't think this has got adaptive cruise, but it's got blind spot monitoring and.
No Super Cruise yet.
No, I mean, it's hard to do that stuff with a manual transmission.
Yeah.
It's the same reason you can't have remote start is, you know, the car's got to be able to run, and you can't have, you got to, like, account for it to be in neutral. And I usually park my car in gear, of course, with the parking brake on, too, but I like the fail-safe of, like, having the car in gear at park.
And so, you know, you said you wouldn't buy this, you'd buy the sedan for the practicality, but no money aside, would you get it?
So, yes, this is probably, this and the C63 are my two favorite things in the class. I really, really like both these cars. And the way this thing drives, like, makes up for this infotainment system for me.
Because the Mercedes interior, you could say, is nice.
Excellent.
Yes.
Mercedes is, so good, man. And there's a refreshed one for 2019. I'll try to get one of those in later. That reminds me, if there's anything you guys want to see us do, see us drive, let us know in the comments. I know we've been bad about like doing this on a regular basis, but we're gonna try to get back into it. Auto show season's coming up, so stay tuned for some live stuff coming from the auto shows. LA's about a month away.
Yeah, we'll be there.
We'll be there. Mike will be there. I'll be on the ground too. If you like this stuff, let us know. Like, we enjoy doing it. We just want to know if you guys like us doing this too.
Got a question here. Tal's asking, if you had to pick the Mercedes or this, which one would you pick?
I think I would go with the Mercedes. But that's just because I like the V8 more than this V6. This V6 is really, really sweet. But that 4-liter V8 in the C-Class is like just kind of a bonkers engine. It sounds good. It's got torque. Just feels really, really meaty. And it feels a little more special than this engine does. This is really good. And I think this wins out in some categories. I think the steering is a little better in this.
So as a daily driver, Chris is asking, which one would you pick?
Just a daily, the Mercedes got a better interior. So if you're going to like spend a lot of time in it, the Mercedes is probably the way to go. I should have gone. I lost my chance. So yeah, if you're going to be dailying this, the Mercedes is a better choice. That said, you can't get a manual with the Mercedes. You can only get a manual with this. I think this feels a little more nimble. This has got rear drive, so it's got like that nice like rear wheel drive chassis balance. So it's a little easier to get this to oversteer. It's a really hard choice because they're both really excellent. It depends on where I live. Like here in Detroit, like I might get this. I could lift the stick shift every day.
Yeah, your commute's not too bad.
No, my commute's not bad.
It's not like you're sitting in traffic. You know, if you're sitting in traffic, you probably don't want this.
Yeah, the automatic, like, I know.
It's more appealing.
I've got bad knees, and like driving in like a stick shift, and when I was like living in LA, it was like kind of rough.
Yeah.
You're just tired by the end of it, and like when your commute's hour and 15 minutes long, it's not great. They're both really good. I mean, everything in this class is good. The M3 and the M4 are good. I just don't like them as much as the classic, or the like E90, E92, or the E30. I'm sorry, E46.
BMW interior versus Cadillac.
BMW, but that's just,
Interesting.
so I like the shape of this one better, but the infotainment system sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm just tired of like Cadillac using, like, they need to simplify things. Exterior design, I think the Cadillac like really wins out. What do you guys think of this?
Yeah, what would you guys pick? Mercedes?
Mercedes, Cadillac. Do you guys like the BMW? Do you like the Audi more? So it's really hard to go wrong in this class. There's a lot of good stuff, but let's do another little walk around.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Look at that carbon fiber engine bay cover. I mean, this blue really does pop.
I love this color, especially like with the black accents around the windows, the black wheels, the copper brake calipers.
Yeah.
So, 3.6 liter twin turbo V6. So this engine cover, this carbon fiber engine cover, is like $1,300, which is pretty ridiculous, honestly. But look how much. So the engine sits kind of right on the axle, but there's a lot of space down here. Of course, because like I said earlier, this is based on the Camaro chassis. So this engine bay is made to fit a V8. And while I'd love to see a V8 in here, I kind of like the V6. It makes it substantially different. It gives a little bit of a different character than the V8. I think I don't know. Here's the exterior carbon fiber package, which of course is separate.
Yeah. I mean, this looks mean. It looks mean. It looks gritty.
I love the exterior styling on this. I still think it looks sharp. Since Cadillac started doing this about a decade ago, I think it's gotten better with each iteration. You look at the current CTS, you look at the CT6, even the crossovers I think look really, really good.
How much is this little baby wing helping out here?
Hard to say. I'm sure it adds a little bit of grip, a little bit of downforce, but I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it's functional without like being ostentatious.
In your face, right? Yeah.
And that's another thing I like about these, is they're sporty, but they don't have like, there's not a lot like there's not a ton of extra winglets. They're not really like in your face. They've got the bold colors, and if you know what they are cool, but they're still pretty conservative, which is something I do like. I don't know. Any more questions about it? All right.
Just fire it up.
Let's fire it up one more time.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, if there's anything more you want us to show, want us to drive, let us know in the comments. Hi guys, Reese Counts with Autoblog with a 2019 Cadillac ATS V Coupe. Thanks for joining us again.